Good evening, you handsome lot. And today I've got on the ramp is a 2015 Ford Focus 1 litre Ecoboost, and it has covered, let's have a little look, 87,000 miles. And yes, you guessed it, we're going to be changing that wet belt on it. Now, yes, I know I've done a lot of these videos, but I think a lot of people do like to see the mileage difference and what the condition of the belt is like. So we're going to get involved and make a little bit of a start-rooney on it. Right, now shall we get involved? And the first thing I do is remove the bonnet prop, get that out of the way, because where you're going to be working down here, that is going to be peeing you off. And how I support the engine bonnet is with the bonnet prop, and that is by Blue Point. I was almost going to say Blueprint then. Then we're going to disconnect the negative just up by here, which is a 13mm, and we're going to make our way around and removing all the inlet system. Right, well, I have gone ahead and I've removed the intake from the intercooler to the inlet manifold, and it is all here, which I'm going to be making a little pile just down the back. And you're probably wondering, why is it the wrong way round? The simple reason being, when I'm doing these bigger jobs and the car's facing that way, when the lads are walking past me, it's this sort of climbing over stuff, and I don't think it's fair. So if we do it this way, I'm out of the way, sort of thing. Right, I'm going to get this coil packs out, fuel rail off, rocker cover off, just remove the high pressure fuel pump out of the way, and I'm going to chuck it into a little bit of a time lapse. As you've just seen, I have now got that rocker cover off. Now we need to make a start on removing down the side of the engine, just so we can get this turbo off. It's a lot easier if you remove the alternator and the air conditioning pump to get the cat off. Now, before we take a vehicle up in the air, what we're going to do is, down the back here, there's a 13mm for the top of the starter motor, which is easier on the Focuses to get it from down by here. Right, well, as you can see, I've now got this vehicle up in the air. We've got the engine supported by the gearbox with the pickler. Let me spin this camera around and I'll show you. With the pickler engine support, and it just clips onto the subframe, supports a gearbox, and it'll allow you to take the engine mount off up there. Now, thankfully, on these Focuses, the air conditioning pump, the bottom bolt, does come off relatively easy on these. The simple reason being, because it's got an under tray. The reason why the Fiestas snap and seize and God knows what is because that bolt there is open to all the elements, because it hasn't got an under tray. Alternator off, idler, tensioner. We've taken the bolt out of the heat shield, which we can go back up now and pull from the top. Now the exhaust down the back here, unfortunately they were that heavily corroded. I got the one out, but the other side I've just had to drill all the way out. Right, let's drop it back down. If you don't know by now, the cat to turbo bolts, the 4 of them, they can be a bit of a nightmare. But to give them the best chance of coming undone, what I use is a little bit of Launch Power Loop Plus. Give them a little bit of soak, leave them for 5 minutes or so, and then thankfully they've all come undone relatively easily. So we can get that cat off, but before we take a vehicle back up in the air, there's a lot of up and down in these jobs. We're going to get the camshafts timed up. To lock the camshafts up, you do need a special tool, which is by Laser Tools, and it's a 6.9 focus, 6952. On the inlet cam, cylinder 3, and the exhaust cam, cylinder 2. Now this back one here, am I on? Yeah, that's it. The camshaft lobe needs to be pointing to that bolt there, somewhere near, and that tool will just slide on. Right, let's go back up in here. With that cat now out of the way, I've gone ahead and removed all the bolts out of the sump. We're going to get it off and see how bad this oil pickup is. I've got a funny feeling it might be pretty bad, but we'll find out. Come on. That's it. Just pulls off the dowels. Got a lot of debris in there, but I think the actual pickup itself looks reasonably good. Give me a torch. Oh no, there is some lumps and clumps in there. I don't know if you can see. No, I'll get that gauze off and show you. And there we have it. I didn't think it would be that clean, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to look like one of these. Let me show you. I don't know why. I thought it was going to look like that. That's a bad one. Right, let's go ahead now. I've got to remove the crankshaft bolts, which I need to take the dry shaft mount off, attach the torque multiplier, get that bolt out, and then we can make a start on getting that timing cover off. Now is that torque multiplier bolted to the engine, which goes around the back, where you can see where it bolts to. We've locked the flywheel up there, moved the start motor. Now for reference, I always like to put a little bit of paint on the flywheel to the bellows, and you can't really see it really because the light's a little bit too bright. Now let's go ahead and get this bolt undone. Now, quite a common question that I do get asked, and a lot of people do knock me for using the torque multiplier and stuff. If there's a special tool to make the job easier, use it. Now, it's simple enough to use. The older you get, you don't need to straddle. Now, providing everything is locked up, timed up correctly, that bolt now, and they are murderously tight. And you know, I'm not going to lie, they are tight. And yes, you can do them with a bar, but you straddle. There we go, that bolt is now undone, and I haven't even broke a sweat. Got this vehicle now, like I said before previously, there's a lot of up and down, up and down, up and down with this job. Now we've removed all the bolts out of the timing cover and we've put them into cardboard box so we know exactly where they're going, because they are different lengths, and pop that to one side. Now to remove the timing cover, get yourself a little pry bar. Down the side of the engine, you can just prise it off the cylinder head if you go inside. And just be careful, at the back of the water pump, there is a plastic housing, you don't want to be snapping that. And that should just prise off now. And we can get that off and plonked into my little receptacle, which is just round the corner there, out of sight, out of mind. Let's go ahead now and get this belt off. Well, I have scooted ahead and removed that timing belt. We've cleaned the engine down and made it look like brand new. And don't forget to remove that 6mm bung and clean the oil filter for the turbo. Don't forget to do that. Now I've put the new tensioner on, 25 newton meters. The new oil pump down the bottom, the oil pump belt down the bottom there, which is brand new. Now let's have a little look at the condition of the timing belt. You can see it. It is heavily cracked. There's a lot of delamination on the underside of the belt. Right, let's go ahead and put this brand new one on. Can I do it? Hang on. There is two thicknesses of belts, whether it's a 16mm and an 18mm. Now this one is a 16mm. Now what I like to do, put it on the camshafts first. Make sure it's nice and taut. Flick it round the crank pulley, and we can go around the tensioner. And remember that pulley is free floating, the crank pulley. Pull the pin, That belt, you can play a little song on that belt now if you wanted to. I've also gone ahead and cleaned the timing cover, which is like brand new. I'll just grab it. And you can see that is spotless as well. So we're going to go ahead now and put some sealant on it. I've scuddled along again, and the timing cover, like I said previously, is spotless. And we put the bead of sealant on it, which is absolutely perfect. My preferred sealant is, of course, BGA. And of course, when you're doing it, if you put, I don't know if you can see it, let me wipe it off. If you put a V in the end of the tube itself, you get a perfect beading of sealant. Now, my plan is, as always, when I try and do these wet belts, if I can get the timing cover back on by 1 o'clock, this car is going to be finished tonight. So I'm going to plod on and get this cover on. Well, it only takes about 15 minutes or so to put that timing cover on and get it all torqued up to spec. Now, I have gone ahead and put a new crankshaft oil seal in it. And also, let me spin it around. I put a new crankshaft oil seal, and also there's a little friction washer in there. You don't get them from factory, but you have to put them on when you're renewing the timing belt. Otherwise, you won't get it all torqued up. As you're tightening it, if it hasn't got that, it'll all spin and cause all sorts of problems. Right, I'm going to go ahead now, get the torque multiplier, and get that crank pulley put back on. Everything now is torqued up to spec, and don't forget to remove your little pin. If that pin's not in when you're torquing that crank pulley up, it's never going to start this engine. Now, the block is spotless, as you can see, and all our reference marks are lined back up. Also the crank pulley to the timing cover as well. I always like to just sign these, the date and hashtag send it. I've also put some sealant around that sump as well. Make sure when you're doing jobs like this that everything is spotless. It's half the job. So you can see that sealant is perfect. Right, I'm not going to bore you anymore, because once I put this sump on, I really need to plod on, because I want to try and get this car off my ramp by the time I go home. Chances are I'll probably do some more filming when I'm just about to start the car. Or I might do a little bit more. I don't know yet. We'll see how we go. Right, well, we have got this car all back together. I've put a new freedom over there, clip it in. Now it's all back together. We've got a new rocker cover gasket. Now, the vacuum pump on the side of the engine here, I have removed that and also cleaned the little wire gauze out of it as well. Now, I have got the air conditioning machine, which is just about to recharge the system, and also we're going to be putting some fresh coolant in it, also with my coolant and refill. This is brilliant, these kits are. If you haven't got one, it is in my link tree. You can have a little look. Absolutely godsend. What we're going to do now is flick this little switch, and that will fill the coolant system without any airlocks. I'm going to wait for that to finish, wait for the aircon to finish, leave the coil packs disconnected, wind it over, build the oil pressure up, and then we're going to get on the key and give it a big start, Rooney. Well, I've wound the engine over for about 30 seconds or so, let the oil pressure build up and the fuel rail pressure. Just plug the coil packs back in and make sure that we've got no fuel leaks, because always remember that them little green rubber O-rings on the injectors, they can split and they can cause you all sorts of problems. So if we've done everything right, which I presume I have, it should start, and if it does start, it's going to run a little bit lumpy, and it should run perfectly. Let's give it a whirl. It's alive. Don't get any better than that, does it? Perfect. Well, that car is now ticking over like a little Singer sewing machine. The coolant's circulating nicely. No engine warning lights on. You can see We've got a tyre pressure down the bottom there. But while I'm just waiting for this car to get up to temperature, I'm going to be putting all my tools up, having a little tidy up. Now, because I can't sit in the car, we've got some live data. Engine temp, engine RPM, the long term, and the short term fuel trim. Oh, right, it's been one of them days today. And that is it. The car's all done. I can't do any more to it now. So, once it's up to temperature, switch it off, let the sealant dry, and it'll be good to go first thing in the morning. Another one saved, another one repaired. If you like the video and you like the content, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you on the next. Let's get it sent.